we're going to discuss the very serious topic that no one discusses on the internet, especially not for clicks. No. The masculinity crisis. Oh no.
A better you starts today.
I mean, it's just so overdone and it's so lame, and both sides annoy me, don't they? There's anything to do with culture war stuff. It's always, everybody talking about it is pathetic. But the reason that I am is because I think that I do have a new perspective on it, not just this like, Andrew Tate is a real problem, or like, yes, he's down, and just like, you know, like, here's how you assure dominance. And the reason that I'm thinking about this now is because the decline of Andrew Tate really just came down to this. He set himself up as this paradigm of just like, I'm this dominant alpha male creature, yeah? Then there was that one meme that came out and was like, his eyes are funny, and so his entire audience abandoned him. Look, this is something that has been moved away, and it's something that I've been learning a lot about recently because I've just been reading this book about dog training. I don't know why. It just caught my eye. You know, actually, no, I will tell you the reason why. This is it. You're going to listen because I'm the dominant male in the situation. Like, why is he Irish? Anyway, I'm not talking about Andrew Tate anymore. I'm talking about the guy that wrote this dog training book. So his brother, Channing Tate, or whatever it is. Channing Tate wrote it. And the book pretty much just goes down to the way that we have been treating dogs and training them over the last 50 years has been completely wrong. And it's sort of just been more about our hierarchical structures as opposed to a dog's hierarchical structure. And the reason anyway that I'm all talking about this now is because the best comedian that I've ever met in my life, sorry, this is a bit of a side tangent, shut up, you are going to listen to it because it's awesome. Sit. He is the best comedian that I've ever seen in my life. Hands down. You don't know who he is, and I'm not going to give him the shout out, even though he would love it. But he is incredible. No, his name's Ben Elwood. I love him. Every time I've ever seen him, I've just been enamored at that man's skill. And I remember asking him after he just crushed it on stage, as he always does. I was like, Ben, why are you so much better than me? Why are you so much better than everyone? And you know what he said? He was just like, look, man, stage time is all well and good. I don't know, living a rich, full life and whatever. But I will tell you this right now. The reason that I am a better comedian than everybody else is because I was a dog trainer before. And once you start realizing that all mammals pretty much have the same brain sitting there, he is sitting and he is rewarding the audience while they're happening. Just being like, you laughed at that joke. Good boy. Here's a little treat. You didn't laugh at that joke. Bad boy. That's what he's doing. Automatically. Because for years he was a dog trainer. And so he understands the psychology of human beings because we're not that much more advanced than they are. Anyway, something that I learned in this book, which I thought was revolutionary, is that let's talk about the masculine problem at the moment, yeah? Where they're always just talking about, they just created all these weak males. It's women that created these weak males because it's women that are teachers and all this. Look, yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah? I think more to do with it, the fact that the teachers are usually female. Which, you know, I could be wrong about it. Maybe it is just that. Maybe it is the fact that they've got tits. I don't know. My general theory on it, though, would be that in this day and age, you are rewarded for, get ready for this. This is going to bend the way that you look at the world. You are rewarded for routine. So yeah, okay, your teacher might have been female when you were in kindergarten, just like Miss Mackenzie or something. And she'd be saying, okay, it's time for lunch. Go, eat your lunch now. You got an hour. Do it. Okay, just play a little bit of handball. Back you go. Beep, beep. Get in. Caleb, get in now. Now. Or to the ADD kid. Get in now, Caleb. Sit in the corner. Sit in the corner, you were naughty. All right, everybody else, we're going to be reading now. Everybody, you stretched around. We're going to read. We're going to be reading. All right, that's enough reading. Okay, now, it's going to be the writing. Just learn how to... okay, that almost looked like an A. That's the whole thing. The whole thing is just regimented in routine. It is regimented in do this, then this, then this, then this. And let's be honest, a lot of self-help doing the same thing. in this, because self-help is always just a reflection of whatever society deems a success at the time, yeah? But in our society, what do you usually deem as success? Having a sick office job, having a sick office in the office job. And so what is it? A lot of the time with self-help, it's always just about, you do this, you get this reward, good boy. It's routine. It is routine. This is why autists excel in this world, where it's like, what? You have no social skills. How are you my boss? Because I like routine. That's what it is. The problem is, most people don't. Most people are not trained for that. Especially, there is something in boys' nature. You can see it with them. They're extremely naughty. Every single little boy that I always see is always just doing something to defy their mum all the time. Just being like, get out from there! Caleb, no! It's just that, their entire life. Stop it, Caleb! No! So the whole thing is that they are always pushing boundaries. They're always going out and they're always scuttling around, and they really want to just be in like Lord of the Flies or whatever, yeah? When you train people to live in a regimented society, which, let's be honest, the benefits far outweigh the negatives. You have running water. Why? Because it was regimented. You have electricity. Why? Same answer, dingus. Trick question. It's the same thing. It's just, yes, it is a very good society that we have set ourselves up for. We should be very proud of ourselves. I am honestly astonished every time that I look out my window at, like, I can't believe how well this suburb works. I can't believe it. Everything is just so convenient. You just see all these Chinese guys with the little panda, beep, 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 just delivering everybody their food. They don't even have to leave anymore. Everybody just sits in a box all day. You can do that in this day and age. It is a good thing that we have regimented society into this level of routine. That's all well and good. I'll tell you what else is good. Signing up, coming to my seminar. That would be great if you did. Links below. I've got ones that I've filmed in the past. You can get them and you can fill your head with knowledge. And you can also sign up to the Patreon, where you get 3 extra of these videos a week. And with those 3 extra videos, I tell you how to regiment yourself. I tell you how to do it. I tell you, this is how you succeed in this day and age. Because that's all I do. I read a bunch of books on what is success, and then I pick out the good bits. So you don't have to read all the crap. And then I just give it to you in little 10-minute injections like I am now. So, anyway, we'll go back. It doesn't have these annoying ads in the middle of them either. So, we're going to go back to this. What they noticed was, same thing with dogs. They got into their heads that dogs are routine creatures. And yes, there is an element of every human being, everybody that is just habitual, they like to do things that are habitual, they do that. Yep. Here's the thing. What they had been training out of dogs as a result of being habitual and getting them into routine. And they didn't realize this for 50 years until some genius dog psychologist figured it out. What's really good about being a dog? What's really good about being a wolf? You're able to adapt to danger when it comes into your environment. You're just able to adapt to the environment. It doesn't even matter if there's danger. You just, whoo, and then you can go into it. What they started to realize was all dog psychology was about training out what is not predictable. In fact, punishing them for what is not predictable behavior. And as a result of that, they started to become quite anxious, cowardly, submissive creatures. And we saw that as a good thing because we were just like, good, they're a wild animal, whatever. But the thing is that if you want to have a dog that is well-rounded, if you want to have a dog that is able to do what they are naturally supposed to do, as well as have all of those regimented routine things stuck in their head, if you want to have one that is able to like doesn't have these weird little episodic curios that most dogs have now. Like the whole thing is like the fact that there is just like medicines for dogs now. The fact that there is, well, ear medicine and stuff is good, but like psychoactive medicine for dogs. The fact that we have all of these things. The fact that every single dog, when you look at them on YouTube and they're just being like, and they're doing something weird, that is because of the fact that they are freaking out that there is something new in their environment. They have been conditioned and linked into hating things that are new. This I honestly think explains the soy generation. I honestly think this is the crux of the masculinity crisis. I think in our day and age, just naturally, boys, when they're younger, much naughtier than girls are, you want to train that out because it's better to have like a regimented society where they're building things instead of just endlessly just being like, someone else is making a sandcastle, yeah, and just kick it, just get on with their life. You are trading that out. That's all well and good. I think that it has bad impacts down the road when they're 20, when they're 30, when they're just sort of this soy thing. That's I think where it comes from. These wimpy, weak men, which I would absolutely put myself in as well. It's just a part of being in this society and being successful. Like you look at the absolute alphas of our society, and what are they? They're just beta nerds that work in tech. That's them. They're the richest. They're the winners of this society. It's because of that. It's because they have been trained out of abhorring the new. You think about it now. This probably applies to chicks as well. Probably. The vagina's watching. You think about this too. Honestly, in our society, we have been trained to stick to regimen, and as soon as there is new stimulation in the atmosphere, everybody freaks out, don't they? Just think about any time that you're offered to do anything that it just like falls out of your wheelhouse. You always just go like, nah, I'm not going to do it, right? And so this is something that you hear in self-help all the time of just like, embrace the newness. And dude, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying like, go out of your way. Just because you've never line danced before, you should go and line dance because it'll open up new neural receptors in your mind. And you think, maybe that's a good thing. Yes, that's all well and good. That's true. I'm just talking about there is going to be moments in your life where newness is going to come knocking on your door. Newness is going to say, hey, something new is here, and you are going to freak out like the dog and just like, and do that. And it is purely just because you have been linked up by being a product of our society that anything new is dangerous, that anything new should be abhorred. That's what you have linked up. And things that you might even know, this would be in my benefit if I did it because it's new, you are not going to do. You are not going to do. You are deliberately going to shy away from it. This has happened to me so many times in my life. This was this huge revelation to me. So many times in my life, there's just been like, hey, here's a really good offer for you. And then I've just been like, oh, no thanks. And then just walked out. And then I just went, what the hell was I thinking? That has happened a lot. More than I would like to admit. I'm truly embarrassed by this. Why? Because of the conditioning to reject newness. The conditioning to reject newness. How do we get out of it? Have you ever noticed that whenever you are in deep work, not even in deep work, it's just like, okay, you're scrolling on your phone, and then your partner or your mum or whatever says something like, hey, do you know if we've got any cornflakes? And you're just like, Justin? And you can feel the rage building up. That is because, again, it is just like, I'm doing this thing now. I'm doing this. I'm being interrupted. The interruption is bad. You have to condition yourself to, and this is something that I really liked about the fact that, just because, crowd work is so cool and hip and won't be very soon. It's already on the way out, but it was cool and hip. And so I had to start including a lot of that into my shows because people just started expecting that. And it's like, okay, yeah, fine. I'm fine with that. Like, I like how adaptable I am. However, I remember before when someone used to yell out and I just like, how rude are you? And then I just realized, no, that actually really enhances the show. Like, because before I was just like, people are paid to see this hour that I've spent a year thinking about. But it's never going to ever be as good as just somebody just yelling something randomly out. Well, conversely, it's also just, it's objectively worse, but it's more fun because it's, again, just like, there's a rush of water on you and you think, we're here at the moment. Anyway, the thing is, what I've realized is I have just conditioned myself to just be like, okay, when there is something new that is happening in the audience, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. This is what I'm talking about with you in your life. There is going to be a bunch of things in your life where it's just like there is going to be a new offer offered to you all the time, and it's not necessarily like dangerous. It's nothing. It's just, how about we walk this way instead of this way today? And then it might just be a little bit of a like, no, actually I want to go there. I don't even know what it is. I'm just saying that, like, okay, let's just start with the basics of this because we really can retrain ourselves to start accepting new things. And that is of huge benefit to your entire personality and the trajectory of your life, because we have gotten to the point of getting so regimented that we are rejecting things that are in our benefit, that are just low-hanging fruit, that you are just saying no to, purely because it's not the same thing. What we are going to do is, when you are interrupted in your daily routine, when somebody does just come in, I don't know, your girlfriend or whatever, you know, there's like sometimes you're just working and then they just come in and they start like talking about nothing. They just start chatting to you and you're like, yeah, and you can feel the seething rage being like, shut up, shut up, shut up, and you sit there being like, that's interesting. Just stop what you're doing. There is something new in the room, something new has taken your attention. You are going to learn to embrace it. This is of your benefit, yours right now, just like it would be if you signed up to the Patreon, where you get 3 extra of these videos a week and they are all as insightful as this. If you don't sign up to it, it's a new offer. No, it's not. I do it in every video. Come to the seminars as well.